Hello, dear viewers. Today I will read the book of John, chapter number 5. After these things, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now, in Jerusalem, by the sheep gate, there is a pool which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having five porches. In these lay a great multitudes of those who were sick, blind, lame, or paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water, for an angel went down at certain times into the pool and stirred up the water. Whoever stepped in first after the stirring of the water was healed of whatever disease he had. A certain man was there who had been sick for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been sick for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up, but while I am coming, another step down before me." Verse number 8. Jesus said to him, "Arise, take up your mat and walk." Immediately the man was made well and took up his mat and walked. No, it was the Sabbath on that day. So the Jews said unto him who was cured, "It is the Sabbath, it is not lawful for you to carry the mat." He answered them, He who made me well said to me, "Take up your mat and walk." Then they asked him, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Take up your mat and walk'?" But he who was healed didn't know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a crowd being in the place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "Behold, you are made well, sin no more, so that nothing worse happens to you." 15. The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. For this cause the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him because he did this thing on the Sabbath. But Jews answered them, "My Father is still working, so I am working too." For this cause therefore the Jews sought all the more to kill him, because he not only broke the Sabbath, but also called the God his own Father, making himself equal with God. Jesus therefore answered them, "Most certainly I tell you, the Son can't do anything himself, but what he sees the Father doing, for whatever things he does, there the Son also does likewise. For the Father has affection for the Son and shows him all things that he himself does. He will show him greater works than these, that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives him themselves life, even so the Son also gives life to whom he desires. For the Father judges no one, but he has given all judgments to the Son, that all men honor the Son even as they honor the Father. He who, he who doesn't honor the Son doesn't honor the Father who sent him. Most certainly, I tell you, he who hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and doesn't come into judgment, but has passed out of death into life. Most certainly, I tell you, the hour comes, and now is, when the dead will hear the Son of God's voice, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, even so he gave to the Son also to have life himself. He also gave him authority to execute judgment, because he is a Son of Man. Don't marvel at this, for the hour comes in which all who are in the tombs will hear his voice. Verse number 29. And will come out those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. I can of myself do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is righteousness, because I don't seek my own will, but the will of my Father who sent me. If I testify about myself, my witness is not valid. It is another who testifies about me. I know that the testified which he testifies about me is true. You have sent to John, and he has testified the truth. But the testimony which I receive is not from man. However, I say these things that you may be saved. He was the burning and shining lamp, and you were willing to rejoice for a while in his light. But the testimony which I have is greater than that of John, for the works which the Father gave me to accomplish, the very works that I do testify about me, that the Father has sent me. The Father himself who sent me has testified about me. You have neither heard his voice at any time nor seen his form. You don't have his own word living in you, because you don't believe him whom he sent. You search that scripture because you think that in them you have eternal life, and these are they which testify about me. Yet you will not come to me that you may have eternal. Verse number 41. I do not receive glory from man, but I knew you, that you don't have God's love in yourself. I have come in my Father's name, and you don't receive me. If another come in his own name, you will receive him. How can you believe who receive glory from one another, and you don't? Seek the glory that comes from the only God. Don't think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one who accuses you, even Moses, on whom you have set your hope. For if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me. But if you don't believe his writings, how will you believe my words? Thanks again. Please like, subscribe, and share it. And I share to you that Jesus give a wonderful blessing in your life and give you good opportunity in your life. Thanks again.